My child, you finally did it. You stopped long enough to listen. I told you I would meet you here, and now you are here. I have been waiting, not impatiently, not anxiously, but attentively. I watched every moment that led you to this point, every hesitation, every pause where your finger hovered, undecided, every quiet argument you had with yourself about whether to stay or move on. I saw it all. And if you walk away now, you will miss what you have been asking me for in the quiet places of your heart. The thing you did not always have words for. The ache you carried without explanation. The prayer you whispered once and then felt afraid to repeat because you did not want to be disappointed again. Do not skip this. This message is not appearing in front of you by accident. It is not rising into your awareness because of coincidence, algorithms, or timing alone. You have been crying for an answer. Sometimes with words. Sometimes with nothing more than a sigh so heavy it felt like it came from the center of your chest. And now I am answering you directly. I am not sending another sign after this to convince you to stay. This moment is the sign. I interrupted your day on purpose. I slowed your steps on purpose. I pulled your attention here on purpose. Because what I am about to say cannot wait for another night of restlessness, another season of doubt, or another cycle of wondering whether you were heard. This is the message you have been desperately seeking, even when you pretended you were not. You searched for it in people. You searched for it in explanations. You searched for it in late nights where your thoughts would not settle. You asked me questions you were almost afraid to ask. Is this it? Is this all there is? Did I miss something? Am I too late? Have I been forgotten? Stay with me until the end. Not because I demand it, but because what I reveal last will change how you understand your waiting, your silence, and your future. Do not let impatience steal what perseverance has carried you to. Do not let fear talk you out of what faith brought you into. I know you are tired. I know there was a part of you that almost skipped this because you have been disappointed before. You have listened to words that promised comfort but left you empty. You have hoped deeply only to feel foolish when nothing seemed to change. And so you learned to guard your heart. You told yourself not to expect too much, not to lean in too far, not to believe too deeply. But hear me now. I'm not speaking to entertain you. I'm not speaking to fill time. I am speaking because you are standing at the edge of something holy, and if you rush past it, you will feel unsettled again later without knowing why. You did not arrive here by mindless scrolling. You did not arrive here because you were bored. You arrived because your spirit has been restless. Something inside you has been whispering that there must be more than surviving. More than repeating the same cycles. More than carrying the same weight day after day while calling it normal. That whisper was me. It has always been me. At first I called you gently, then urgently, then unmistakably, until finally you stopped long enough to listen. I have been waiting for you, not because I was delayed, not because I was unaware, but because there is a moment when the heart is finally ready to receive what the ears have heard many times before but never truly accepted. I watched you try to stay strong when you felt weak. I watched you smile when your heart felt heavy. I watched you pray, and then question your own prayers, wondering if they even mattered. And still I waited patiently. Because I knew the hour would come when you would pause, even if only in your heart, and say, I need you to speak now. This is that hour. Do not underestimate what is happening right now. Heaven is not frantic, but it is attentive. Your life is not overlooked, but it is being carefully addressed. The very fact that you are still here, still listening, is proof that something in you recognizes this moment as different. You feel it in the way your thoughts have slowed, in the way your chest feels tight and open at the same time. That is not emotion alone. That is recognition. That is your spirit realizing it is being spoken to by the one who knows it completely. I know there is a voice inside you saying, what if this is just words again? And I know there is another voice whispering, "Stay, just in case." Listen to the second one. That is wisdom. That is hunger. That is the part of you that refuses to settle for silence when clarity is being offered. You have spent too long trying to figure everything out on your own, carrying questions that were never meant to be answered by logic alone. Some things are only understood when the heart becomes quiet enough to receive them. Today I am asking you for something simple. Stay with me. Not with your guard raised. Not with your expectations crushed. But with a willingness to listen as if this truly is for you. Because it is. I did not gather your tears just to ignore them. I did not hear your prayers just to delay without purpose. I did not bring you this far just to leave you standing at the door. You have been afraid of missing what I have for you, and that fear makes sense. Some moments carry more weight than others. This is one of them. Not because of pressure, but because of alignment. Something is aligning right now between what you have been asking for and what I am ready to reveal. If you rush past this moment, you will feel its echo later and wonder why peace slipped through your fingers again. You are not weak for needing reassurance. You are not foolish for wanting confirmation. You are human, and you are deeply loved. That is why I am speaking to you this way, clearly, firmly, personally. I am not shouting. But I am not whispering either. I am meeting you at the exact level of urgency your heart requires. Stay until the end. Partial listening has kept you confused for too long. Half answers have left you second-guessing yourself. This time, I want you to receive the whole message, so that when you rise from this moment, something inside you will finally feel settled. You finally did it. You stopped. You listened. You stayed. And because you did, everything that follows will make sense in time. Just stay with me a little longer. I am about to speak to the very thing you thought no one understood. You did not arrive here by accident. I need you to hear this slowly and clearly because your mind is still trying to explain this away. It wants to call it coincidence, timing, habit, something random that just happened to cross your path. But listen to me now. The moment you arrived here was planned long before you felt the weight you are carrying today. I saw this moment before your questions grew loud, before your nights grew restless, before you began wondering why your heart felt unsettled even when everything around you looked fine. I was already watching. I was already waiting. I know how close you were to scrolling past. I saw the hesitation in you, the brief pause where you thought, "I'll listen later," or, "This probably isn't for me," or, "I've heard things like this before." That hesitation did not offend me. It revealed how tired you have become from hoping and being disappointed. You learned to protect yourself from expectation because expectation once hurt you. You learned not to lean too far forward because falling back felt worse than standing still. And even in that pause, even in that doubt, I was gently holding your attention. You did not stay because of urgency or fear. You stayed because something deeper than logic recognized my voice. This interruption was intentional. I did not barge into your life loudly. I slipped into your moment quietly because I knew that was how you would listen. Fear was never needed to keep you here. Urgency does not have to shout. Sometimes it simply stands still in front of you and waits for your heart to catch up. That is what this moment is. I'm not rushing you, but I am asking you not to rush past me. You have been asking for clarity even when you did not know how to phrase the question. You have been sensing that something matters right now. Time has felt heavier, more meaningful, as if a door is nearby and you are afraid of missing it. That feeling did not come from anxiety alone. It came from awareness. Your spirit recognizes that you are standing in a moment that carries weight. Not because of danger, but because of direction. Understand this deeply. I did not choose you because you were perfect. I did not choose you because you were confident. I did not choose you because you had everything figured out. I chose you because you were willing to listen. I saw your weariness, but I also saw your sincerity. I saw how you kept going even when you did not feel strong. I saw how you questioned yourself, replayed conversations, wondered if you were doing enough, being enough. And instead of turning away, you kept searching. That search brought you here. I have been watching you longer than you realize. I saw you when you laughed and when you grew quiet. I saw you when you felt surrounded and when you felt completely alone. I saw you scroll past countless things without feeling anything at all, and then I saw the moment your heart slowed here. That slowing was not random. That was recognition. That was a part of you responding before your mind could interfere. Do not tell yourself that anyone could have received this message. This moment was shaped for you. Your history, your questions, your timing, your wounds, your hopes, all of it converged here. That is not coincidence. That is alignment. Destiny does not always arrive with spectacle. Sometimes it comes quietly, without drama, without noise, but with deep significance. I know doubt is still whispering. It tells you not to take this too seriously, not to let your heart lean in too far. It warns you against disappointment. I'm not angry with that doubt. I understand why it exists, but I am asking you to set it down for a moment. Not forever, just for now. Let me speak to you without interruption. You can pick your questions back up later. Right now you are safe to listen. I have been preparing this moment the same way I have been preparing you, slowly, intentionally, patiently. There were things I could not say to you earlier because they would have sounded like noise instead of truth. There were moments you were not ready to hear because your heart was still protecting itself from pain. But look at you now. You are still here. Still listening. Still open enough to receive something new. That is why this moment exists. You are not late. You are not behind. You did not miss your chance. If you had, you would not be here. This moment is proof that nothing essential has passed you by. What is meant for you has been waiting for you to arrive in the right posture. Not rushed, not forced, but present. And now you are present. I am not asking you to change everything immediately. I am not demanding decisions or dramatic action. I am asking you to acknowledge that this moment matters. Your life is not on autopilot. There are points along the path where I step closer and say, pay attention. This is one of those points. I have not been distant from you. Even when you felt far from me, I was near. Even when you questioned my silence, I was working beneath the surface, arranging things you could not yet see. I was not ignoring your prayers. I was answering them in ways that required timing, not haste. And now that timing has brought you here, let this truth settle in you. I know your name. I know your story. I know why you are here. Nothing about this moment surprises me. I have been watching the pieces come together, knowing the exact second when you would finally stop and listen without rushing away. You are not being singled out to be burdened. You are being singled out to be guided. There is a difference. I am not placing weight on you. I am offering direction. I am not warning you of danger. I am inviting you into awareness. Urgency does not always mean something bad is about to happen. Sometimes it means something important is ready to begin. Stay here with me. Let the noise quiet. Let the urge to multitask fall away. You do not need to understand everything yet. You only need to remain present. What you need next will be revealed step by step, not all at once, because trust grows in movement, not overload. You did not arrive here by chance. You arrived because you were called. And I do not call without purpose. I do not interrupt without intention. I do not wait without love. This moment was prepared.